Thank you very much, Jabi. Thank you very much, Roger, and thank you very much, Wolfgang. Like this was extremely great. Great to it's great to be here with you, even though online. And really, it's my pleasure to make this very brief contribution to this wonderful event, and well done on making it possible. As you already mentioned, I think it's right to start briefly with what happened on Friday, and then I'll make a very brief statement, kind of reiterating already what I've said both in London and in Rome. Um, First of all, let me say that we are really pleased to be partner of this initiative, and thank you very much for bringing us on board. And we were pleased to organize the event that happened on last Friday in Rome, where we had Italian MPs and senators. Specifically, we had good friends of ours, and thanks for mentioning them, Roger and Javier, Emanuele Loperfido and Filippo Sensi, senator and member of the Chamber of Deputy, both working on European and foreign affairs, with Filippo being specifically focusing on human rights and conflicts. Then we had the Director Generals of the Presidency of the Council of Ministers. Specifically, in our case, we had Francesco Tuffarelli, who's currently serving as the highest kind of official level in the Prime Minister's office, dealing with the administrative and European affairs issues, even though he has a long-standing kind of experience with European affairs. And then we had many other experts, think tanks. We had the Istituto Affari Internazionali with us, with Nona Michelidze. We had Professor Ida Caracciolo, who is a professor at the University in Naples, as well as a judge in the International Court of Justice, and now in International Court for the Law of Sea. And of course, we had Roger and Javier, the main promoters of this initiative and the Westminster Alliance for Ukraine. And we, thanks to them, we also had the pleasure to hear the position of the United Kingdom with the political counselor who was present there. Really was a great opportunity to discuss and kind of engage and make a discussion between academia, experts, think tanks, MPs, so parliament, academia, governments happening. It was great also because after that we were invited to closed door round table with the German Minister for European Affairs. And thanks for mentioning it, Roger. And that meeting was important to understand where we stand in terms of European support to Ukraine, and also in terms of understanding what we will do and what the national efforts are in Germany, in the UK, in Italy, in France, in terms of supporting Ukraine, like concrete national efforts, both at the parliamentary and at the government level. So these both were great opportunities to really touch with our hands real world situation and understand the kind of support that it's needed and we will continue to give. It was our pleasure in that sense to have such an initiative in Rome. Having said that, I want to be really brief because I really don't want to be here just telling you about what happened on Friday, even though Javier explicitly asked me to. But I think this was a good summary. You have a lot of news both in English and in Italian that you can look at. So I'll stop it here. What I want to say is one thing that I've already said in London and that I repeated in Rome. Extraordinary situations require extraordinary responses. This is really the message that I wanna give today. I'm not gonna give like these boring kind of like statements using some scientific literature reference, even though there's plenty of scientific literature on that. But what I'm gonna say is really that the world is changing. The Russian invasion in Ukraine is portraying a shift in the international order, a shift in the global dynamics, what I defined an international reordering. We must be united. We must act in support of Ukraine, because that's in the interest of Ukraine, but that's in the interest of Europe. And as Europeans, it is it is a must-do thing to support the Ukrainian people and Ukraine in fighting this war, and in allowing them to not be attacked anymore by Russia. And with that, I really want to say supporting them in any kind of with any kind of means. Of course, the military part is very important, and we know that we've seen that with the German minister. But the civil society is also important. We need to support the recovery and the implications of this war for the civil society through collaborations with organizations, through collaboration with academia, and so on. And what I really wanna say is that we need to make clear, and I think this is the message that I wanna give today, is that there is no time for discussion right now. There is no time to kind of like make discussions on details on how things should be done. We have what we have. We have a lot of like limitations within the European Union. The coalition of the willing is what would allow us to operate outside of the EU treaties, also with our non-EU partners and our non-EU allies, such as the United Kingdoms, but I'm thinking right now, but like many others that are fundamental in the support of Ukraine, in supporting Ukraine. So what I'm saying is that, in my opinion, this can be an experiment to show that it is possible to have an effective security cooperation in Europe. It is possible to do that, and eventually the hope is that this is going to become something stable, and the hope is that this is going to become something stable with Ukraine within it, meaning with Ukraine that has won this war. And thanks for reminding that, Javier. So really, extraordinary measures for extraordinary times. And let me use again some words that I've used already in Rome, citing Mario Draghi, former Prime Minister of Italy and President of the European Central Bank. No matter what, we must do something. We cannot just look. The world is changing and we must act. Let's do something. Let's do it together. And I'm pleased that this is happening, that this event, this initiative is happening, because the collaboration between experts, academia, think tanks, MPs, government is what we need right now to think of effective measures to be implemented in the support of Ukraine. Thank you very much.